All right, guys. My name is Brandon. I'm with Neighborhood Credit Union today. We are going to be talking about saving and spending wisely during the holidays. And we have Shamika that's going to talk to us about this. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to her. If we have any questions, just please keep them towards the end. And again, we'll send out this recording after the seminar is over.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for joining us for this workshop today, Spread Joy and Save Money, making it a happy and financially healthy holiday season. My name is Shamika Joseph, and I am a learning experience designer. I'm a learning experience designer here at GreenPath Financial Wellness. I have been a learning experience designer for about 2 years now, but prior to that, I have been a financial counselor at GreenPath for about 3 years. And go ahead and get started today. So today we're going to be focusing on three main topics surrounding the holiday and your money. We'll start with how to start preparing now, strategies to spend wisely, and suggestions for creating lasting memories. And then lastly, we will wrap up with how to start preparing for next year sooner rather than later. Okay, and start preparing now. So, in a perfect world, the best time to start planning and saving for the holiday season is the day after the last holiday season ends. But at this point, we don't really have that option this year. So let's talk about how to start preparing for the upcoming season now. And we'll talk about how to start preparing for the next year towards the end of our time together today. So, the first step to take when creating a holiday spending plan is to figure out how much money you have to work with. Take a look at your monthly budget or your spending plan to identify how much you can afford to allocate to extra holiday spending. How much wiggle room do you have to set aside for the holiday season over the next X amount of pay periods until the season begins? Are there any regular expenses that you can temporarily cut back on or pause in preparation for the holidays? So, this is going to be important to understand honestly and realistically as a starting point to keep yourself from getting in over your head financially during this financial holiday season. So consider how your normal budget categories may look different during the holiday season as well. So things like gas and groceries may also increase during this time. And next, it's helpful to list out all of the extra expenses that you expect to have over the holidays. Will you be buying gifts and for who? Will you be attending or hosting parties or special meals? Will you plan on traveling over the holidays? What about the decorations and other activities that you may want to participate in during this time of year? So, you want to start by listing everything that you ideally would like to be able to afford this holiday season and kind of have a rough estimate of how much each category will cost. And how will you prioritize your budget? So now take a look at that list of ideal holiday season expenses and compare that to the number you realistically have available to spend. Do they line up? If not, then you may need to make some decisions on what expenses are your priorities. Perhaps you can reuse decorations for one more year, or you can check out your local thrift store, your neighborhood buy nothing group, things like Facebook Marketplace, anything to cut back on buying brand new. Can you cut back on the amount that you plan to spend on gifts if you're unable to cut back on the number of people that you plan to buy for? Or perhaps consider giving a group gift instead of separate individual groups gifts. Do you have some flexibility on what you plan to serve for a large event as far as meals go? Or could you ask some people to bring dishes to share instead of gifts that can reduce your expense as well as your workload? You can get creative here. There are a lot of different ways to celebrate together that don't involve taking on more of a financial commitment than you can comfortably ensure your holiday money goes to your priorities. And if you don't have the room in your budget for everything, there are some great community resources that might be able to help you bridge these gaps. So, especially for folks that may have young ones, there are a variety of gift assistance programs that may be able to help you have gifts to wrap and share without overwhelming your budget. So you can check with programs like Toys for Tots, Salvation Army, any local religious or charity groups, and other adopt a family programs in your area to acquire about assistance that may be eligible for you. Also, consider checking with your children's school to inquire about programs that may be available as well. And there also are a variety of food assistance programs, especially during the holiday times. So many organizations will give out turkeys and all the trimmings and even more. You want to check with local food banks and nonprofit organizations to find what food giveaways may be happening in your community and how to get on that list. And as a side note, if you are in a situation where you do have some extra funds to give away and don't necessarily find yourself in need of assistance, consider donating or volunteering with one of these organizations. So, this is a great way to spread joy and meet the needs within your community during the season of giving. Anticipate the unexpected. So, once you have created a spending plan and looked into ways to help you stretch money that you have available, it's time to plan for the unexpected. As you're making your shopping list, consider purchasing an extra universal gift or a couple to have on hand for any unexpected guests that may arrive at a function you're hosting or any last minute invitations that you may receive. Having something on hand for these just in case scenarios can save you last minute stress and can save you money if you're able to avoid frantically shopping for something last minute that may not necessarily have been in your spending plan. And this doesn't have to be anything fancy either. It could be something such as a candle, a bottle of wine or cider, a box of chocolate, or a gift card for a local business. So you want to choose something that you will use or find someone to gift it to if you don't end up needing it. And if you're traveling over the holidays, there may unfortunately be interruptions between the large number of people traveling and, of course, the unpredictable weather. So try to anticipate these potential interruptions ahead of time and ensure that you have flexibility in your budget for an extra hotel night or additional food expenses or anything else that may come up during your holiday travel that doesn't quite go as planned. Okay, so once you have a spending plan, we can switch gears here and talk a little bit about strategies for spending wisely. There are so many temptations to spend, spend, and spend during this season, and it's ideal to head into this time with a strategy to help keep your spending on track. So, as you start making a gift list, be sure to do some research. There are often many different options and brands available for items, and it is often helpful to research and compare. You want to consider things like the price, of course, but also take a look at ratings, reviews, and functionalities, and any other information that you can get your hands on to ensure that you're making a wise purchase. And shopping early, so it's never too early to start your holiday shopping. You'll start by keeping an eye out for any sales on items that you'll know that you'll need to buy. So that's whether that's gifts or kitchen essentials that will hold up on the shelf or in the freezer until you need them. So Black Friday is not the only day to get great deals anymore. So keep an eye out on prices now and shop early if it can save you some time and some money. And have a plan. Santa's not the only one who should have a list and check it twice. So you make sure that you have a clear plan for your holiday spending. It's up to you and how tight your holiday budget is to determine how detailed your plan is. Some people want to maximize every penny and will list all the gifts that they want to buy, all the ingredients that they need to purchase for holiday meals, and we'll list out prices across a few stores just to compare and make sure that they're getting the best deal on every single holiday purchase. Regardless of whether or not you get quite that detailed, it's still helpful to have a plan of what you plan to buy, where you plan to buy it, and when. We are going to provide you with a holiday budgeting worksheet at the end of the webinar to help with creating a spending plan. And what good is a plan if you don't stick to it, right? So as we've been discussing, there are, of course, unexpected things that may pop up, but find a method that helps you stick as closely to your plan as possible. So for example, consider the cash envelope method for your holiday spending. So each spending category or person that you are purchasing gifts for will get their own envelope with the cash that you budgeted in the envelope. As you make purchases, pull the cash from that specific envelope and return the change and the receipt back into that same envelope. So that will help you keep track of your spending, and it also helps you stick to your spending plan. And if you do a lot of online shopping, you can do the same thing by creating individual lists and subtract the amount that you spend to keep a running total for each person or each category. And if you still feel like you may be tempted to stray from your plan, consider taking it one step further and removing any physical credit or debit cards from your wallet when you go shopping and taking the only cash that you have budgeted. So while this might feel a little scary and it may take a little bit of creativity, it is a great way to ensure that you stay within your budget. And it also can be wise to consider giving cash or gift cards. So while sometimes I know that we can get in our heads about cash or gift cards coming off as an impersonal gift, many people would actually prefer the opportunity to choose their own gift. So consider who on your shopping list would be excited to do their own shopping. So not only does this save you time and stress of trying to choose the perfect gift, it can also be an easy way to make certain that you are staying within your holiday gift budget. And finally, commit to avoid going into debt for this holiday spending. So this may require some creativity, some accountability, and yes, even some disappointment. But freeing yourself from accumulating high interest credit card balances and making payments for the next year is a gift that will keep on giving. This can also help you have the funds available to set yourself up financially for the next holiday season. There are still lots of ways to give gifts and create holiday memories without spending lots of money. And if the holidays have typically involved taking on debt for you and you're ready to change that, consider making this a reset year by spending only what you can pay for upfront. Then spend the next year saving the money that you would normally using to pay off credit cards so you can return to your typical holiday spending without going into debt. Creating lasting memories. The holidays are also a time when many families and friends come together, and many think back on these times fondly throughout the year. So, whether you are looking to reduce spending or making your spending more meaningful, there are lots of great ways to create lasting memories during the holiday season. Consider gifting experiences. So one way to help create those lasting memories is to gift experiences instead of items. If you look around your house and know the one thing that your family doesn't need more of is stuff, right? So this is a great gift giving alternative. There's a variety of ways to do this. So, whether it's a group gift that everyone in the family can enjoy together, or an individual gift that will be more meaningful and memorable than an item. So, this can include like tickets to a concert or a theater performance, or booking a trip. Booking a trip together as a family or a friend group instead of purchasing gifts for each other, or maybe even booking a trip as a loved one's gift is if you have the budget to do so, of course. This doesn't always have to involve planes and hotels either. You can book a day trip to a nearby town or plan to explore your own city. That definitely counts as well. And also memberships. So consider gifting a membership to the local zoo, an aquarium, a museum. This is something that a person or a family can enjoy year round and create lots of memories using. Or classes. So does someone on your gift list want to learn a specific skill or refine a specific skill? And you can purchase a set of classes for them. Cooking, art, photography, language, dance, music, sports. There are so many possibilities here. Helping your loved ones grow a skill set is an amazing gift. And if you have any sports fans or an amusement park lover on your list, then surprise them with season tickets for maximum enjoyment throughout the next year. And these are just a few suggestions just to get your mind wandering. The possibilities are really endless here. Think about your loved ones' interests and passions and get creative to think about ways that you can use this gift given season to build on those and gifting meaningful experiences. And starting new traditions. So the holiday season can also be a great time to start free or low cost traditions. So while there are endless possibilities here, some ideas can include like a gingerbread competition and you can post it on social media to for votes to determine the winner. Or a festive holiday movie night complete with pajamas, hot chocolate, and plenty of snacks, of course. Or volunteering together. The holiday season is full of opportunities to give back to your community. Consider starting a tradition of volunteering together every year with an organization within your community. And there's no shortage of sweets to be found during the holiday season, which is also a great opportunity to create new traditions. Plan an annual cookie baking day and then take those treats around to share with your neighbors. And bonus points for caroling while delivering cookies. Or check out the light displays. Hop in the car, turn up your favorite holiday music, and drive around and check out the holiday lights. And you can make this extra special by getting dinner at your favorite restaurant, or everyone's wearing pajamas, or stopping for peppermint hot chocolates on the way. And again, these are just suggestions. Get creative with your family. Talk to your family and friends about what traditions that they would like to start. And planning ahead for next year. So, as we wrap up today, we want to start talking about how to start planning ahead for the next year, too, right? So, right now, we're about 1 month from the kickoff of holiday season. Or if you're one of those people who likes to start right after Halloween, we're about 1 day from the kickoff of the holiday season. So, that expedites and potentially limits everything that we have discussed today. But we want to use the remainder of our time to focus on how to give yourself more time to ease into future holiday seasons. As you create and use your spending plan this year, make notes of the things that you would like to be able to increase um, or include next year. Think back on your holiday budgeting worksheet and ask some questions, reflection questions that can help you think about this. So you want to keep a list handy as you set your goals for the next holiday season. Holiday gatherings are also a great time to start suggesting changes to how many gifts everyone buys or ask for a volunteer to host the holiday gathering next year. Or it's also a great time to discuss travel plans and prepare with plenty of time. It is never too early to start planning for the next season. And after the holiday season wraps up, think about how much you would like to spend next year. Since you have an entire year to prepare, now's the time to really dream big about all that you would like to ideally be able to include in your holiday budget. Once you know how much you plan to spend, you want to break that up over the course of a year and save accordingly. You can set up a separate holiday savings account, which your financial institution, your bank, your credit union may even specifically offer. Divide your holiday spending goal by the number of paydays between now and the kickoff next holiday season. Then set up automatic deposits from that account into your holiday savings every time that you get paid. And if you do plan on doing some traveling over the holidays, booking as far in advance as possible can definitely help you save time as well as money. If you do have think about the opportunity to earn rewards points that you can start saving up for during these typically more expensive travel times. If you do have a preferred airline that you like to use, keep an eye on when they release their holiday flights and consider booking as early as possible. Ideally, you do want to book with a refundable fare in case your plans may change. And booking travel accommodations such as flights, hotels, rental cars, trains, whatever you may need as far in advance as you can during the busiest travel of season of the year, it not only can save you money, but definitely can save you some stress as well. And if there are certain gifts that you know you would like to purchase, keep an eye out for sales on those items earlier in the year. Many retailers have started offering sales that compete or even exceed with Black Friday sales throughout the entire year. So, this can be a great way to save money if you know what you're planning on purchasing in advance. If new decor is up on your wish list, consider the after Christmas sales to see what you can buy at a deep discount and tuck them away in storage until the next year. And if all of these ideas sound great, but you're not necessarily sure how to fit them in your budget, you are welcome and encouraged to call us at GreenPath Financial Wellness. GreenPath is a nonprofit financial organization, and we partner with to provide resources and to help you lead financially healthy lives all year round. And GreenPath certified counselors can conduct a free confidential financial assessment with you. And this would involve taking a look at your budget, collaborating with you to develop an action plan to help you work towards your financial goals. And as in addition to any budgeting concerns that you may have, GreenPath can also talk about other financial concerns such as credit cards, housings, student loans, or any other kind of debt. And give yourself the gift of financial health and peace of mind this holiday season by contacting GreenPath at the number listed on the screen, as well as reaching us at mygreenpath.com. And that is our presentation for the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shamika. That was really, really beneficial for all of us, and I look forward to sending this to all of our members. I want to open it up just a few minutes, if that's okay. If any of the members currently have any questions, um, you're more than welcome to use the chat box, or you can take it off mute as well. And we'll wait just a minute, and if not, we'll end the meeting and appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Brandon, hi, this is Charlotte.
Hey, Charlotte.
Did you say Mika?
Shamika.
Shamika, hi. I just want to say there were some really good ideas on giving gifts, like not always going out looking for a gift, but maybe using a gift card and maybe giving out an experience. I really like the gift of an experience. So thank you for sharing that. I didn't think of that.
For sure. Absolutely. I know sometimes during the holiday season, a lot of people may not necessarily consider like experiences as a gift as opposed to like items or that we think people might need. But yeah, definitely experiences can be just as impactful and definitely well appreciated gifts.
And I know that it seemed like common sense, but to have an extra gift or two on hand is brilliant. I couldn't tell you how many times that somebody unexpectedly has come over and or whatever it may be, somebody else isn't comes or shows up to the holiday party, and I think that's great. So a lot less stress on your plate. So thank you for that as well.
For sure.
Right, right. I think I remind myself every year, get something extra, and I never do.
Well, this will be our reminder.
Yes.
And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording.